Okay, so this won't be a playthrough, it would be more of a kind of review, and I would like to share some of the games that I play with my kids. They are 7 and 9, and I just find them absolutely engaging, and the kids just love them. So these two here are new. I got them at the UK Games Expo 2018 last week, and I have to say I love Match Madness. We're gonna see it in a second. And those two are, I would say, yeah, old. Dobble is, I think it's been a massive success, and this has been the Christmas present for the last 3 years to people that we know with kids, because it's genius. And this is Swish, which is, I think, is not old but a couple of years old, I think. And again, this one is pattern matching as well. So, well, let's start with the king of kids game, Dobble. So, well, first of all, unusual box. It's round instead of square or rectangular. And how it works is that you got 55 cards, and you see that our cards have been used, I would say, quite a lot. They played constantly for weeks, and we got some teeth marks as well, I've just noticed. Nice. And you can play in different ways. The most common way is you got your draw pile there. Oops, that's a bit of a reflection. There you go. And what you do, you play up to as many people as you want. You turn 2 cards, and the first one that can identify the symbol that appears on both cards will shut it out. In this case is the clover. And you say clover, and then you gain the 2 cards, and then you draw other 2 cards and go on. There are other ways of playing it. You could split the deck in half if you got a 2-player game, and both players will reveal a card at the same time, and the first one that spots the matching symbol between the 2 cards will get the 2 cards and wins whoever gets most cards. The cool thing is that each card will only have one symbol in common with another card. Absolutely entertaining, and not just for kids. Is a brilliant game. Then the other one, let's say old, but it's not really old, is Swish. And this one, first of all, there's no box, it's a little bag, and also the cards are plastic and transparent. See, there it goes. And this game is about finding matches as well. Oh, out of focus. Okay, focus again. And how you play it, you create a grid of 16 cards. I think with the lights it's gonna be a little bit difficult to walk this one. Let's try and put it here. Oh, I got the other light there. Anyway, let's do with less cards. There you go. Let's do with 6 for now. And let's see if I can spot a match. Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to look at the cards and spot the matching cards. And when you do, you shout out Swish when you think you found one, and then you need to prove that you can match 2 cards. And you can see, for example, those 2, if I put them in one on top of the other, they match. So the dot goes into the circle, and the orange dot goes into the orange circle, and the purple dot goes into the purple circle. There you go. When you do that, you've gained 2 cards. The cool thing about this game is that it's not just between 2 cards. You can also try and create 3 card swishes or 4 card swishes. For example, let me see if I can try and match one. So if you do this, that, and now nope, I need one, nope, where is it? This one. Yep. So you can see that you can get, oh, I don't know, there it goes, this, which matches the green dot with the green circle, but then you've got an orange circle and a blue dot. So you go for this, which matches this blue circle with a blue dot, and now you've got an orange circle empty and a blue dot to surround with a blue circle. You get this, and there's your swish, and you've done, and you collected 4 cards. My 7-year-old is a master of this game, and it's really portable. It's just a deck of cards. Then the next game is Pixit. This is, I think, a new release, and I believe Ricky Royale from Box of the Lights is playing it at the moment, and today is the 9th of June 2018. In case you check this video in 20 years time and look up Box of the Lights, maybe they're not playing this game in 20 years time, I don't know. But anyway, the aim here is you can play 2 players or solitaire if you want to. You got 2 set of little cubes. There are 16 cubes in each set, and they are slightly different just to differentiate the 2 players. One is kind of light gray and the other one is white. And what happens is you get your cubes, you get a stack of patterns that you can make, and you can see the patterns. It's divided in 16 squares, and each square has got some white and black on, which matches the different sides of the cubes, and each cube's got the exact same sides. And what you need to do is, these cards are double-sided, there you go. In 2-player games there are plenty of variants. One that we played is, you got a deck of cards of the patterns, you turn the first one, and the first one that builds this gets the card. And in this case, let's see if I can build it quickly, or not quickly. See, oh, are they? Yeah. That bit. It's a bit confusing because the white is painted on, and I don't know, it plays with your brain a bit. You need to. When I bought it, I thought it was really simple, and then I tried to play it, and I had to think about it. And again, my kids absolutely love it. Also because you can play it on your own, you don't need a second player. You can just try and beat your previous time. And I'm being really slow at the moment. That's it. Yeah, it's a 3 apparently. There you go. And at that point you either shout or you grab the card, or whatever, you make a signal to say that you finished and you can gain the card. And there are plenty of cards, and also they give you a blank one that you can fill in. I believe the idea would be you can photocopy it and then fill it in with your pattern, and it's double-sided, this one as well. And I just the 7-year-old especially loves sitting down by herself trying to match the patterns. Even if it's not a challenge or anything, she just loves trying to match them. And let me put this away. The last game that I want to mention, which was an absolute hit when we went to UK Games Expo. We went to the family zone like we did the year before, and the year before we discovered Cortex Challenge. That's another game that the kids love. It's about solving puzzles, and so we went to the family area this year, and we asked around the really helpful people that were volunteering there, and they suggested a couple of games. We started playing, and then they suggested this match, Madness. We spent an hour and a half playing this because it was absolutely brilliant, and it is absolutely brilliant. And after we stopped playing, I went straight to the stand and bought a copy. So, Matching Madness seems again like a simple game, and it's about patterns again. You got a series of cards with patterns on top, and you need to recreate the same pattern using these blocks. There's a trick, and I'll show you. Let's see if I can show you. So you can see that they got numbers on the blocks. This is just to make sure that each player gets one of each block. They don't have 2 fours, because if you got 2 fours, you will have the same patterns on both blocks. So that is what the numbers are. So I'll get a set for me. And again, this one can be played up to 4, but you can also play on your own and challenge yourself. And there are difficult levels of difficulty. You can see there are different colors. I believe, well, the green actually is the dots as well. Less dots is easier, more dots is obviously more difficult. Well, let's start with an easy one. There you go. So what you need to do is you need to try and match this or recreate this pattern. So you get your cubes, you see that they've got the same symbols as the card on the 4 sides, the long sides of the cube. Or they're not cubes actually, blocks. So let's start. I need to find, there it goes, I found this one here. And then this one there. I need the double X. The thing is that you don't know if this is a block, or this is a block, and this is a block, or if there are 3 blocks adjacent to each other. That way, the card doesn't tell you. You need to work it out yourself, and that is the kind of the challenging bit. Because if you get it wrong, for example, now I'm looking for a block with 2 purple crosses, and I have none here on the blocks that I've got left. There are no 2 purple crosses, but I've just noticed that a block that I've already placed has got the 2 purple crosses. So do I need to take this out and find if I can recreate the same pattern with another one to replace that one, or are these blocks that way? Well, let's find out. So let's stick to it. And so I need to get a purple cross and a orange square. Then have I got a block? There it goes. Purple cross, orange square, and the other one is I don't know why I'm looking at the camera instead of looking at the card directly. Purple cross and green star thingy, and then there you go. So I was lucky, and then I've got the green star and the orange square, and that's it. The first one that completes it again declares it and then claims the card, and then you go wins whoever got the most cards. I believe there are other variants as well which I haven't played yet, but and we found this game, and I still find it super challenging, and I love how the kids love it. They spend hours trying to work out the most difficult ones, and it's also quite frustrating because, as I said, if you get because they don't tell you which way the blocks are placed in, you need to kind of figure it out. For example, here for sure there's a block there, because you cannot have a block with just one symbol here. So this is for sure a block, and this is for sure a block as well. But here, as I said, you can have multiple combinations, and if you get the wrong one, you need to start again, and that is super frustrating sometimes, because maybe you are about to place the last block, you built everything up to here, say, and then you figure out that the block that you've got left doesn't have the same pattern as you need, so you need to work out another way of doing it, and you kind of need to start from scratch again. So this, I really recommend all of them if you go kids, and if you want to get them to play games and use their brain a lot. I recommend Match Madness for sure, if you can find it, but also all the other three: Dobble, Pixit, and Swish. I'm thinking about maybe recording a video with my two daughters playing Match Madness, so people can have an idea of how frustrating it can be. And I'll see you next time.